Good afternoon, stampers and card makers. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really fun little card. This is an easel card. So I love the saying, this is a Stampin' Up! Stamp. And when you open it, you can open it this way to write a note on the inside. And then you can let these two parts drop down, fold this down, and it folds right into that little groove, so you can have a cute little card to sit on your desk. If you wanted to put a greeting in here, you could. I didn't do it for purposes of this video or in the class that I taught, but it would be also a good place to put maybe some sticky notes, a little pad of sticky notes, and just leave it on your desk. So let's get started. These are the pieces parts. This is the stamp, but because I wanted to save time for this video, I have a pre-colored stamp, which we'll be using for this card. I used alcohol markers to color in these parts, and I did several different colors. They were just so much fun to make. I also have, and I cut this out with my Scan and Cut. I don't have a die for this shape, so I cut it with my Scan and Cut, and then I increased the border around it to make a little mat for it so that that fits right on there to give it a little bit of an outline on the front of the card. So I'm going to set that aside and show you how the actual card is made. First of all, this piece is this is a regular piece of 11-inch paper by 4 1/4 inches, and I scored it at 5 1/2 inches to make this would be just a normal card that opens top to bottom. But what I did on the front is I then took my paper cutter and I cut 1 inch in from each side, and then for this center piece I scored this only on the centerpiece at 2 3/4 inches, which is half of the 5 1/2 inches. So that then what you have is these two little floppy pieces, one on each side, and then you have the easel piece in the center. So for the inside, all I did was put this piece of plain white cardstock, and this is 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And of course, because I'm getting started, I have no tape. I'm going to use my liquid glue because it's right here and I can easily access it. Can't you see I was really prepared for this video? I decided at the last minute I really need to do a lot of catch up on my videos. I have a lot of them that I haven't done yet from my last several classes, all of my June classes as a matter of fact. This one was a stamp camp that I did on June 4th in Longmont. Okay, whoop, got a little glue there. Okay, so this is the inside. Then what I did is I took I'm not going to put this in yet because I want to not have anything interfering with putting the front on. These two pieces are each 3/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and those are going to go just right there, one on each side. So let's put a little liquid glue on that. And that is going to go right here. And then we have another one for the other side. Nope, looks pretty good. Okay, then I have a little piece here that is 2 1/2 inches by 2 inches, and that is just going to go, you can see I've embossed that This is another Stampin' Up! Product. It is There are two embossing folders actually in the package, and they're called Stripes and Splatter, I think. This is the other one. So this one has a definite stripes pattern, and this one is the splatters. So the splatters I'm going to put on the top, on the little top section up there. And again, this is 2.5 inches by 2 inches. Okay, that goes right there. Then all we need to do is attach this piece to the mat, and here's some more liquid glue to do that, just kind of scribbling that all over the place just to hold it on there. And that fits right in there. That's approximately 1/8 of an inch all the way around. You could also fussy cut this and then fussy cut the border, but you know what? I am so fond of my scan and cut. I know I've said that more than once, and I really enjoy it. Okay, now I'm ready to put this piece on, but first I'm going to put this inside piece in, and this is what's going to hold up the easel. So I want to put this in with score tape. I'm sorry, not score tape, foam tape. So I'm going to put a couple of pieces. Actually, I think I'll put 3 pieces to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. Oh, my scissors are a little sticky. Must have been cutting a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to put 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and then I'll put another one in the center just to make it really stable. Okay, so we have this piece. Now this is going to go on the inside. So I'm going to put it right at the bottom of the white cardstock. I don't want any of the white to show for this particular piece at the bottom. So when I open it up, this is going to go right here at the very bottom of the white cardstock, just leaving that black border around the edges. There we go. And then you can see there is definitely a ridge here where the foam tape is. Then when you close this back down, we're going to attach this piece. I like to put the adhesive on the cardstock itself, on the card itself. And the reason I do that is because if I get excess glue on the outer edges or on the top, the card will either glue itself shut or it just won't open properly. So let me put a little liquid glue on here, she says, as she puts like a huge amount of liquid glue, but I want it to stick. Okay. And then all I need to do is attach this. Now notice that I'm putting this, not this bottom edge is black. What I'm doing is I'm lining that bottom edge up with, not with the bottom of that piece of paper, but with the bottom of the 2 yellow pieces on each side. And I'll show you why I'm doing that. If you see, if you look at this carefully, well, you can almost see, not quite, but this is the bottom and it's not lined up. You can see there's just a little bit of an edge there. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because if I line it up right on the edge, what it's going to do is you're going to try to stand it up and it's just going to flop down. This little edge will allow you to line it right up and fit right into this little area, because this edge is the same width as this center part of the card, and then these 2 pieces kind of hold down the 2 sides. And that's it. That is totally it. This was such a fun card to do, and the ladies in the stamp camp really enjoyed it too. I had several different colors of this card because I used the paper that was in one of the designer series papers in the catalog, and so there were 5 different colors to choose from. I'm going to be putting the information, the measurements, and all of the ingredients on my blog at kathyscraftroom.blogspot.com, so I hope you visit and check it out. Thank you very much.